You guys are gonna love our next comedian. He's adorable. He's awesome. His name is Jake Christensen.
All right. So I think I'm the last, right? Am I last?
That's right.
This is the first time I've ever been last. They saved the best for last. Can you guys believe it? All right. Yeah. So I'm 29 years old and I'm single, which I know is pretty shocking. And when I tell people that I'm 29 and single, they'll a lot of times, give me the quick up down to see if the problem is obvious. Like no peg leg, okay, no swastika tattoos, and then they'll ask me, so why are you single? And I wish I had a legit excuse, I wish I could be like, well, I was homeschooled, so. Was Ethan homeschooled? Just curious. We are really dogging on Ethan tonight. Oftentimes I wonder, and I'll stand there and I'll look at myself in the mirror, long gaze, and just be like, what is wrong with these women? How do they not want this? Oh man, I don't get it. And I've tried a lot of times, been in a lot of relationships, and I've had a lot of breakups. And so the rest of my set is going to be just all breakup stories. So here we go. First girl I dated, her name was Molly. I shouldn't use real names. Give me a name, a random.
Molly. Margaret.
Margaret. Let's go Margaret. Okay, so I was dating this girl Margaret, and we dated for like a month. And it was going pretty good, and then she's like, hey, I'm going out of town this weekend, I'll call you when I get back. I was like, okay, cool. And, she's gone for the weekend. Monday came, nothing. Tuesday, nothing. Wednesday, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna call her. And I was like, she said, I'll call you. I'm not gonna call her. Thursday, nothing. Friday, nothing. Saturday, okay, this could take a while. It's been 11 years. Nothing. I still haven't heard from Margaret to this day. As far as I know, I think we're still dating. I don't know. Next girl I dated. Whoa. Are we on? Here we are. I'm here. What was her name? Could you guys?
Eva.
Cortana. Yeah. Cortana was her name. And she was an anime character? Is that?
She was,
Halo.
of course, from Halo.
Oh, Halo! Shoot, okay. Cortana. So I started dating Cortana, and Cortana had this long, beautiful, dark hair, kind of like Fat Jesus used to have. It was long, luscious locks, it was beautiful. And one day she texted me and she's like, I cut my hair. And I'm like, okay, cool. And she's like, no, I cut it a lot. And I've had girls, be like, oh, do you like my haircut? And it was here, and now it's here. And I'm like, I don't know. It looks, yeah, it's great. I love it. Good job. She's like, I cut my hair. So I'm like, okay. So she comes over, and it's right here. She cut it, it's jawline. And I see her, and I'm like, whoa, wow. And she's like, you hate it. And I'm like, no, I like it. And she's like, no, you hate it. And I'm like, no, really, it's it's nice. I like it. And she's like, do you really? And I'm like, no, really, I honestly do. I really do like it. And she's like, oh, thank you. And she gives me a hug. And then we kissed. And I ran my hand through her hair. And I paused and I was like, I feel like I'm kissing a man. So my next relationship was with this girl,
Eva.
Eva. All right. Is Eva here?
Yes, she is.
Okay, Eva, what's up, girl? I'm gonna tell our story if you don't mind. So Eva and I, we dated for like a month, and it was going good, you know? I mean, we were. This is about to get so much weirder, just wait. So we've dated for like a month, and then I had to go out of town. I went down to Mexico to pick up my brother from his mission. And so I get down there for a week, and about 4 days in, I finally get some time with just me and my bro, and he's like, dude, so like, are you dating anyone? And I was like, no. Oh wait, yeah, I am. And he's like, sounds like it's going great. And I was like, yeah, I honestly haven't even thought about her. Like, did you just totally, I haven't even thought about it this whole time. And he was like, that's not good, I don't think. I was like, yeah, I should probably break up with her when I get back. So I get back, and I go to her apartment, knock on her door, her roommate opens the door. Do you remember this? And I walk in, and Eva comes running around the corner, and she's like so happy, and she's like, Jake! And she comes and jumps in my arms, and I'm like, Eva! And she's like, I miss you so much! And I was like, I bet you did! We sit down on the couch, and she's like, how was Mexico? And I tell her about it, and I'm like, how was your week? And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe what happened. And she's like going off telling me, and I couldn't really pay attention to what she was saying, because in my mind, I'm just like, I'm about to hurt you. And I just, it's like I'm just waiting for like the time where I could bring it up, It's like, when you're in that situation, it's like watching a car coming at the person in slow motion. Like, you're just waiting for it to hit them, And like, you want to push them out of the way, but you can't, because you're driving the car. So then I hit Eva with my car, and that was that. The next story was, which Eva and I are still on good terms, right? We're like still. No, we're not. Okay. So this next story. Wait, what was the next girl's name? Elsa. Yeah. I actually needed a second girl name for this one. What was the other girl?
Matilda.
Makes sense. Okay, Anna and Elsa. So there's this girl Elsa, okay, and this is true, okay. I dated Elsa on and off for 2 years. We would be like together for a month. We'd be so happy, and then she'd be like, I don't have a good feeling about us. Then we'd break up. We'd be miserable for 2 weeks. And then we'd be back together for a month, and we'd be so happy, and then she'd be like, I don't have a good feeling about us. Then we'd break up for 2 weeks and be miserable. And like that's just how our relationship was for like 2 years. I wish that was a joke. So we always talked about going to DC together, like taking a trip together, flying to DC. And it never really was like, I don't know, it didn't seem like it was, we always talked about it. And eventually she broke up with me again, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with her, I'm moving on. And I got on Mutual, and I started swiping, and I matched with Anna. All right, I already said Elsa was, okay, yeah. So I matched with Anna, and Anna and I went out for ice cream. It was fun. We went out again a couple nights later for dinner. It was also fun. And then on that weekend, I looked to see how much flights were to DC just for fun, and they were really cheap. And I was like, I'm not gonna bring Elsa with me because she just dumped me again. So I was like, I'm gonna invite Anna. So I was just like, I didn't think she'd actually say yes, I'm just like, hey, you wanna like go to DC with me for our third date? And she's like, yeah. Like, okay. So we went to DC, had a great time, kissed in DC, so it was like, okay, this is becoming something, We fly back, and on our flight back, we had a layover in Colorado. And in Colorado, I get an email on my phone, and it's from Elsa. And Elsa is like, hey, saw pictures of you on Facebook, and I can't believe you moved on so quick. it's like amazing that you already found someone, so like I wish you guys the best. And I was like, wow, that wasn't passive aggressive at all. And so I'm like, shoot, Elza's like ticked at me. So we get on the plane, we're flying, and Anna and I were talking, and we're kind of doing like a little DTR, you know, like, so what are we after this trip? And she's like, I think we should still like, we should date, but I don't want to be like exclusive yet. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then we kissed, and then she goes, have you ever kissed more than one girl in a day? And I was like, that was random. And she's like, yeah, answer the question. And I was like, honestly, no. I've never kissed more than one girl in a day. And she's like, okay. So we land. I go, I text Elza, and I'm like, hey, can we talk? And she's like, why? Like, we don't need to. And I'm like, no, let's talk. And so I go over to Elza's, and I'm like, listen, Elza, I'm sorry that I went to DC without you. And she's like, yeah, that was our trip, okay? We had that plan. That was our trip. And you took some other girl. Like, do you even know this girl? And I was like, no, that was our third date. And she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And I'm like, listen, I wanted to take you, okay? Like, I love you, Elza. Like, and I've told that before. Like, I love you. I wanted to take you, but I can't keep doing this. Like, I can't keep living this life of like on and off. Like, you're a freaking Katy Perry song. Like, we can't keep being hot and cold, yes, no. Like, I can't keep doing this, and I don't know what to do. And she's like, well, you know what? I don't know what to do either, okay? I just know this hurts. And I was like, I'm sorry. And she came over, and she kissed me. And then she asked me a question. She said, have you ever kissed more than one girl in a day? I kid you not, okay? I know you think I'm making this up for like this joke. This is 100% real life. She asked me, have you kissed more than one girl in a day? And I looked at her and I said, no. I told her later, okay? I just defused the bomb. I wasn't about to set it off again. There's no way. But then the next night, I hung out with Anna again, and I was like, Anna, I have to get something off my chest. Remember yesterday when you asked me if I had kissed more than one girl in a day? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I said no, and that was the truth. But later that day, it wasn't the truth anymore. So, that ended both of those relationships. Anna and Elza, both just gone with the wind. Okay, I've got one more. Okay, one more fun breakup story, and this is my most recent one. This is 2 weeks ago. So we're hot off the press with this one. Okay, so I've been dating this girl for like about a month now. There's been a pattern there. I can't tell. Most of these are about a month. Anyways, dating for about a month. Things are going. I don't know, I just wasn't feeling right about it. So 2 weeks ago, I had her come over, we were sitting in my room, and I had an album, I just had like music playing before she got there, and it was a new album by Shepherd. I don't know if you guys know the band Shepherd, they have like that song, Geronimo. Hey, Geronimo, you know that one? Okay, yeah, I'm not a singer, thank you. So it's like a pop album, it's like all fun music, okay? I was listening to this album for the first time, just had it on. We're sitting there talking. And I'm like, so are we done or what? And she's like, I didn't say it like that. Are we done or what? No, I was like, okay, so like, I told her, like, you know, I didn't feel right about this. She said, yeah, I don't either. I was like, okay, so like, are we just gonna like take a break or are we like done? And she's like, honestly, I think we're done. And then we both got quiet and this song started playing. I'm not making that happened 2 weeks ago. And yeah, so I'm back on the market, ladies.